Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chatting with Chantel. It's your girl, Chantel. We are here. It's Wednesday. We're at the halfway point of the week. We've made it thus far. We're staying intentional and purposefully driven about everything that we're doing, and we are enjoying this, whatever you want to call it, winter weather. Hope that you're staying warm. Hope that you're being safe and alert while you're on the highways and the hustle and bustle of the last minute Christmas shopping. We are still counting down to the last couple of days. We are 3 days shy of the best holiday of the year, where we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and we are almost a week and a half away from the end of the year. We still thank God for allowing us to see the end of the year, where many are not fortunate enough to say that. Many have not experienced that, but we thank God that we can truly say that we've made it to the end of the year and that we've learned a lot, we've gained a lot, and we're moving forward according to God's purpose and plan that He has for our lives. We thank God. No sad stories, no griping and complaining. Merely, we're just in a mindset of, like yesterday podcast said, no matter what, we're in a no matter what mind state, that no matter whatever comes up, no matter what we go through, no matter what we set out to do, we're going to make sure that we do it to the best of our ability, that we stay the course, that we stay intentional and purposefully driven. I'm constantly going to keep telling myself that everything that you're doing is intentional. Everything that you're doing is on purpose. You're doing nothing without purpose, nothing without a reason, because you know where you're desiring to go. You know what God has given you, and you know what is for you. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope that you're enjoying your work day. Thank you to all of those that are listening. Please make sure that you like, share, and comment. You know that we are on every online podcast platform, as well as Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Also, we have our YouTube page that it's called Chatting with Chantel, where every podcast is posted each and every time. We are finishing the year out strong, just appreciative for everything that we've had over the course of the year. And today is just a motivation and encouragement that as we embark on this new year, as we, finish out 2022, let us not forget that we're walking into a new year and we have a purpose and a plan. And whatever your purpose and your plan is, make sure by now you should have been writing, you should have been sketching, you should have been brainstorming and trying to figure out exactly how you're going to follow this plan, or how you're going to orchestrate this plan. A lot of people love to quote the Bible verse that says, without a vision, the people perish. I think that's like paraphrased, or, so you don't want to be in that group of people that don't have a plan, that are just still trying to figure out, okay, what you want to do for 2023. No, you still have time, and it's never too late. But when you are in a mindset of, I'm walking in excellence, I am doing things different, and I want to make sure that everything that I'm doing is being effective, now is the time that you start planning. Now is the time that you go and you sit down and you begin to ask God, what is it that you desire of me? Or, God, this is what I desire. Can you help me use what you've given me in 2022 to jumpstart 2023? The plan, make sure you're writing it down, you're brainstorming, get you a calendar, get you a notebook, and you begin writing all of your goals and your projects. What are they? Put a name to them, put a date to them, put a start date, an end date, put the halfway point, put a check-in put something to it, put a name to it so that it means something, and it's not just something that you're thinking of off the top of your head, but hey, this is something that I desire to do. I'm putting a name to it. I'm speaking it into existence. It is the thing that I'm wishing to work on, the thing that I'm wishing to put my hands upon and call it done. And so make sure you are doing that. What are your goals? What are your projects? What are they? Don't forget, give them a name. There's nothing wrong with giving them a name. We are in a season of rebuilding. We're in a season of recovery. And so when we recover from 2022, it's the things that may have fallen short in 2022 that we're taking over to 2023. And we're going to begin to rebuild, recover, restart, revamp, reintroduce. But you have to have a plan. And when you make sure you name it or you give it life, I'm going to say. But can you ask yourself this? Do you know what happened and where things went wrong, or where things stopped, or where you became complacent, or where you became slowful in 2022? Because you want to see the error of your ways. You got to see them. You got to acknowledge them so that you don't fall into the same situation for 2023. Acknowledge it. I understand that, I set dates for myself, and as I knew the dates were coming closer, I began to make excuses why I couldn't complete it on those dates. Get yourself a calendar and hold yourself accountable. Put those dates down, write it. Listen, I'm not going to overcrowd a date that I know I have something that I want to do. How are you going to do things differently? How are you going to take the lessons that you learned in 2022 and apply them in 2023? Because we got to move in a different way. We got to move in a different mindset so that we're not. How are you going to begin to orchestrate that thing, that project, that goal that you have, and do things differently? Are you going to step out of the box, be colorful, or be creative, or be open to constructive criticism? Do things differently so that you can, even if you don't complete it, you'll be able to start it and say that you at least stayed the course and you started that thing. Sometimes completion doesn't come for years, but as long as you're starting it, as long as you're being intentional and purposeful with the things that you have put a name to, you've seen the error of your ways, you've done the reconstruction, you've done the rebuilding, you've done the recovery, and now you're moving in a different manner, taking notes, keeping notes, making sure that you stay on top of every date, every time, and you're being intentional about everything. A different outcome has got to come. There's a saying that says, if first you don't succeed, try again. So if it didn't work in 2022, it's not that it's not supposed to happen. It's not that it's not supposed to come to pass. But maybe you needed some different tools, different methods, different strategies to look at and to apply to what it is that you're trying to do. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Don't say that that's not for me. Don't think that you're not capable or you're not qualified. If first you don't succeed, try again. But when you try again, you're trying again because you are now going to take what you have studied, what you've trained. You're going to look into different avenues of help and interest that pertain to that thing that you have, and you're going to begin to apply it to that thing and try again. So it did not work. You get yourself back up, dust yourself back off, and you begin to try again. You put your best foot forward. You have that mindset that I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to throw in the towel. And I refuse to be labeled as somebody that quits when the going gets tough. That's not what we're doing. Remember, I said we are being intentional and purposeful about everything. So if it was not meant to be birthed into the earth, God would have never given it to you. He would have never given you the thought. He would have never even equipped you with the tools and the strategies and the plan to actually orchestrate this thing. In the try again, You have to go in with the mindset of seeing the error from the previous year and making sure that you never fall, not never, but that you don't follow down that path again. Part of the rebuild is always going back and reminding yourself of the things that may not have necessarily gone as like you would have liked them to, but there's nothing wrong with just reminding yourself, hey, you recognize, you see it from a distance, and guess what? I'm already ready to take that on head on and not succumb to what I dealt with in 2022. I'll be able to move past that, and we will have hit a new goal, a new timeline, a new area of success that maybe we didn't see in 2022. This is just a daily reminder as we count down the time to the end of the year that we just have to be purposeful. We have to be intentional, and that we want everybody to win. Everybody, whatever your desires, your goals are, we live in a world where you can make it happen, but you have to have the mindset of no matter what. You have to have the mindset of I'm being intentional, I'm being purposeful. You have to have the life that says without God, I can do nothing. Keeping him at the forefront of it all will remind you how special you are, how chosen you are, and how he handpicked you for this thing, for this time. Everybody has a different way of looking at things. They have a different way of orchestrating things and being able to convey messages. So don't think that just because somebody may be doing the same thing as you, that you can't do it. Stay the course. Stay on that thing that God has given you. But what you do is you be creative and you think outside the box. That, you know what, I want mine to be different. I want to reach a different audience that may not have been reachable. I want to make it so that, guess what, even if it's the same message somebody else is speaking, there's something about mine that'll be different because I'm using all of the strategies and techniques it takes to be different. And also don't forget to be persistent. If you set dates and times for yourself, if you give yourself a timeline, if you give yourself, by January, I want to at least have the whole plan completed and written out and ready to begin February 1st. Make sure you stick to your timelines. Be persistent. If anything that I have learned this year is that persistency is necessary. Persistency grows yourself and allows you to be able to prioritize those things that mean the most to you. And last but not least, do not be afraid of change. Change oftentimes makes us feel uncomfortable. It empowers us, and it also sets us apart from those that may not be willing to change. But what you can do is don't be afraid of it. Take it head on. Use what God has given you. Know that he has not left you. He'll never forsake you, and he'll always be with you. And there's success at the end. There's joy at the end. It may not even be completed, but for the mere fact that you started, and it all started with a plan, is victory enough. It's enough to pat yourself on the back and say, you know what, you did this. You stayed the course, and I'm proud of you. Or if you are able to accomplish the thing within 365 days, 2023, guess what? You did it, and you did it effortlessly. Nobody may know the nights that you've had to stay up, the blood, sweat, and tears, but guess what? When it was time to present, when it was time to stand before, when it was time to present, guess what? You did it effortlessly, and you can be proud of that. You can look at yourself and say you're growing, and that you're growing with grace. I want to thank everybody for listening on this afternoon. These are just moments and thoughts that God continues to give me, even as he's motivating me to walk this spiritual journey, walk this road of in my career. He's constantly speaking and reminding me that I never second guess myself, but know that I'm always with you, and I'm equipping you to deal, to operate, and to move differently in 2023. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and comment, and know that we are counting down to the end of the year, but we're going into 2023 with a new mindset, a new plan, and we are ready to take it on. Everybody have a blessed day.